Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a big one, Atomic Habits. Now this book isn't about some huge life-altering success story that happens overnight. Nope. It's about something much quieter, much smaller. The idea that these tiny, almost invisible, repeated actions can completely reshape your entire world.
So let's just get right to it with a question I think we've all wrestled with, right? Why is it that our best intentions, they just seem to fall apart? You decide you're going to eat healthier, hit the gym, read every single day, and then poof. A few weeks later, maybe even just a few days, it's all gone. Why does that happen?
Well, it turns out most of us are stuck in this really frustrating loop. You get that huge burst of motivation, right? You go all in, super intense, and then what happens? You crash, you burn out, and all that's left is this feeling of guilt. But what if there was a way to just step off that roller coaster for good? That's what this book promises.
Okay, so the first big idea here is that maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't you. It's not your effort, it's what you're focusing on. The book calls it the goal obsession trap. We get so fixated on these huge outcomes, lose 20 pounds, launch the business, run the marathon, and that's exactly where things start to go wrong.
So here's the alternative it offers, and honestly, it's a game changer. What if success wasn't about that intense short-term chase for a goal? What if it was all about the slow, steady consistency of building a system? This is the core shift in thinking. If you get this one idea, you pretty much get the whole book.
Let's really break that down. A goal is all about the outcome. It's a single moment, a finish line you cross. And once you run the marathon, what's next? But a system, a system is all about the process. It's the daily repetition. It doesn't have a finish line. It's designed to keep going, to become a part of your life.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Think about it. In sports, every single team has the goal to win the championship. That's not what makes them special. The real difference, it's their system. It's the daily drills, the coaching, the constant tiny improvements. That is what separates the champions from everyone else.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, systems are the key, but how do I actually build one? Well, the book lays out 3 what it calls hidden levers, and these are way more powerful than just gritting your teeth and using willpower. Let's start with the big one.
Lever number 1 is all about identity. See, most advice out there tells you what to do. This book flips that completely. It asks a much deeper question. Who do you want to become? It's not about the action, it's about the person you're becoming. This is the whole idea behind identity-based habits.
And just look at this tiny shift in language, but it is huge. We go from saying, I want to read more, that's an outcome, to I am a reader. That's an identity. When you do something that lines up with who you believe you are, it feels effortless. When you're fighting against your identity, it's a constant struggle.
And here's how you build that new identity. Every single small action you take is like casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be. So reading just one page, that's not just a page. That's one vote that says, I am a reader. Hitting the gym for just 5 minutes, that's a vote for I'm a healthy person. You're literally building evidence for your new self.
Okay, lever number 2. This one might sting a little because it takes on the myth of willpower head-on. The book basically says your environment has way more control over your behavior than your good intentions ever will. So, get this. Maybe you're not lazy or undisciplined. Maybe your environment is just poorly designed.
So what's the fix? It's not about trying harder. It's about designing smarter. It breaks down into a few simple steps. 1. Change what you see. If you want to run, put your shoes right by the door. Want to eat less junk? Get it out of sight. 2. Make the good stuff easier. Reduce the steps, the friction. And 3. Do the opposite for bad habits. Make them harder. Add friction. The goal is to engineer your world so that doing the right thing becomes the easiest choice.
All right, so even if you build the perfect system, there's still this emotional wall that everyone hits. And this next part is so important because it gets real about what progress actually looks like. And spoiler alert, it is not what we think it is.
The hard truth is that progress is almost never a straight line up. It's delayed. In the beginning, you're putting in all this work, you're showing up every day, and you see nothing. It feels like your effort and your results are totally disconnected. And that right there is the danger zone. That's where most people give up.
This is why the book is called Atomic Habits. The word is perfect. It means tiny, almost invisible, but packed with incredible potential energy. Getting just 1% better today?
You won't even notice it. But look what happens when that 1% compounds over a year. It is gigantic. The whole game is just about sticking with it long enough to see that curve finally start to shoot up.
And there's a name for this frustrating period of nothingness. It's called the plateau of latent potential. I love the analogy of a plant. You're watering the seed every day, but for weeks, all the growth is happening underground with the roots. You can't see it. The real danger isn't that you're failing. It's that you quit right before the sprout is about to break through the surface.
So let's put it all together. With all of that said, is this the right book for you? Let's figure out who this is really for and who might want to skip it.
So here's the bottom line. If you're someone who really struggles with staying consistent, you're great at starting, but not so great at finishing, this is for you. If you want a step-by-step system instead of just a rah-rah motivational speech, definitely pick it up. On the other hand, if you're already super disciplined and have your routines down, or if you're looking for a deep dive into psychology or some kind of magic bullet for instant change, this might feel a little too practical, maybe even a bit basic for you.
And in the end, this book is more than just a how-to guide. It really leaves you with one final, powerful question to think about. Your life, right now, is being built by these tiny, invisible habits that you probably don't even notice. So the question isn't, do habits matter? We know they do. The real question is this: are you choosing your habits, or are your habits choosing you?